Hey everybody, welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5. It is Wednesday, February 26th, and I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And I am Paul Montour.
I love it when you... And we are joined here in the studio by the magnificent Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Your hair looks very
I know,
calm.
I like
It
the
was
whole
raining
look
today.
It's a rain look.
It's a rain look. Thank you.
And we have a wonderful guest with us today.
This is really weird because I just saw the matinee of Girl from the North Country,
You did.
and then one of the people I was staring at is now here.
Yes, we're talking about Colton Ryan.
Yes!
Yes,
So
very
good,
excited.
so talented.
Making his second appearance here on Live at 5. We are going to talk
Second of many.
Second of
Of
many.
many.
That
yes.
career is going
This
to be
just
long, and he's just going to keep coming back.
Every year.
Absolutely. Also, before we get started on today's Top 5, it is the last performance of Ephraim Sykes and Derek Baskin in Ain't Too
Tonight?
Proud.
Tonight.
Why on a Wednesday? Are they going away for the
I
weekend?
don't know, maybe they have plans, you know? They're just about to take a trip. But
love
yes, so
those guys.
congratulations to both of those
Yes.
guys on a wonderful
Both
run.
Tony nominated.
Both
right?
Tony
Yeah.
nominated.
And Ephraim,
absolutely.
of course, is going to play Michael
MJ.
Jackson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting stuff for both of those gentlemen coming up. But first, let's talk about today's Top 5.
We found out who's going to be replacing Lydia, not full-time, but for the next few months, and she knows a thing or two about the whole being dead thing.
It's just going to be like a weekly story. Are we going to
I
slowly
guess.
build up
Yes.
to?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sophia Ann Caruso left Beetlejuice this week unexpectedly. We've already talked about that. Presley Ryan, who is great on the TikTok, and understudy in the role, and she was on the vlog backstage. We know Presley. She is now playing the role through March 29th.
Okay.
Definitely through March 29th.
All right.
And we don't really know who's playing it in April. Or May, or June. I don't know. Maybe it'll be her. Maybe it'll be someone else.
Maybe,
or-
yeah, who knows?
I don't know. Who knows?
There's a
But anyway, Beetlejuice is over at the Winter Garden Theater. My voice cracked on that. And it's going through what? June, July?
June
6th.
There are rumors
Hey,
it
the
might be
Tonys.
moving.
They might be moving.
Just throwing it out there.
We were talking to Adam Danheiser here not too long ago, and he was like, "Signs are good, you know."
Oh,
like,
he spread those rumors too?
well,
I missed that
He's
interview.
just like you were away. Yes, he was like, you know what, the energy's there to move it. So,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
that's it.
So anyway, congrats, Presley.
And Juliet certainly does not need her Romeo, and she's coming to North America.
She certainly is. We were talking about the new musical And, it's an ampersand, Juliet, which has been a huge hit with audiences in London, in the West End, and now it has set its North American debut staging. It will be part of the 2020-2021 season of Toronto's Mirvish Theatre. This show is, of course, directed by Luke Shepard. It will play the Mirvish Theatre February through March of 2021. We don't have exact dates as of yet, but we will let you know as soon as we do. The show features a book by David West Reed and some of the very biggest pop hits of the last 30 years, all by Max Martin. You know,
I'm really into the cast album.
The
I
cast
haven't
album
seen
is
it yet.
amazing.
Yeah.
And Max Martin, I mean, every pop song you've loved recently has been
Like
probably
NSYNC,
because
a lot of NSYNC and a lot of
NSYNC,
Britney and-
Spears, Kelly Clarkson, I
Yeah,
mean, just
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. So the new musical sees Juliet getting over Romeo by running off to Paris with the nurse and her best friends on a whirlwind trip of romance and self-discovery. Baby One More Time, Everybody, Love Me Like You Do, I Can't Feel My Face are all songs featured in the show. Production dates, casting, and all the additional details will be announced soon, and we will keep you abreast.
And then
of all
hopefully
that info.
Broadway.
And then hopefully Broadway.
I don't know, I'm just
Absolutely.
throwing it
I'm
out
into
there.
it, for sure.
And off-Broadway audiences are going to be able to keep on rocking.
Yeah, so Courtney Reed was just here last week talking about Lauren Yee's Cambodian rock band. That's an inside joke. You have to say Lauren Yee's Cambodian rock band. It's a big hit at Signature Theater. Everyone loves it. And it's now been extended an extra week through March 15th.
Goodness.
It's supposed to be so great. Cha Yu directed it, and it's been playing since early February, and it's just going to keep going, I guess. But congrats to everyone over at Lauren Yee's Cambodian rock band. I just like seeing you laugh when I say it.
Every time.
She was here for that.
It
Yeah,
works,
it's great
yes.
news.
And this Tony winner has got a new gig.
We are talking about Tony winner Levi Christ, who was unbelievable in $1 Million Quartet. He, of course, won a Tony Award for
Who's
playing
Jerry Lee
Jerry
Lewis.
Lee Lewis.
Yes.
Yes, he was so fantastic. He is leading the new musical Pure Country, which is based on the hit movie. It'll be directed and choreographed by Tony nominee Dan Connectus, which is very exciting.
I love that you said his
Xanadu.
name right. Go ahead.
Thank you. It features a book by the film's screenwriter Rex McGee, with music by Steve Dorff and lyrics by John Bettis. Pure Country tells the tale of a jaded country music megastar who suddenly walks away from his successful yet joyless career to return to his roots and rediscover his passion for life, love, and music. I'm sold. That sounds great. Joining Christ in the principal cast will be Tony nominee Sally Mays, which is really exciting. It will play the Theater Under the Stars in Houston, Texas, an appropriate venue, April 14th through the 26th. I have not heard of this movie.
Okay, so here's the deal.
It's a hit movie.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. It was from the 90s, I think. Country singer George Strait was the star of it.
Okay.
So it was he was a
Alright.
country singer playing a country singer. And another fun fact, I was like, wait a minute. Wasn't there already a musical of this? And I looked up on our site. We announced this musical was coming to Broadway in 2009.
Oh.
So this has been kicking around.
And it's the same production?
Same creative
wow.
team.
Okay,
So this is a
Wow.
musical that's been out there for
They
a
needed
while.
Levi.
So I'm very excited that it's now getting a production, and Levi Christ is the best. So
He is.
They got a great start.
Very exciting.
And we are patting ourselves in the back because TeamBroadway.com has got some really awesome news yesterday.
We did, and we said it yesterday, but let's say it every
Officially.
day.
We can say it every day.
We got a bunch of
story
Well, now we know for
New
sure.
York Emmy nominations. So here's the difference between the Emmy Awards and the New York Emmy Awards. Height.
Height.
The Emmy Awards about that big. The New York Emmy Awards about
Yes.
that big. We have
Still
one. I have
glistening.
one
Still
in my
gorgeous.
office.
You
Anyway,
do.
John Gore Organization, which is our parent company, we were overall honored with 8 Emmy
8.
nominations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our Tony special at the Tony Thumbs Lloyd Webber, which won previously,
Yep.
was nominated. Front Row,
Our
which
news
was our
magazine
magazine
show.
show that we
Yeah.
did. The episode. Did you see which episode it was?
The
Angie
Angie
With
Schwarr.
Angie Schwarr from the prom and Ben Crawford at
Yes.
Phantom
Yeah,
and
Kenny
and
Leon.
American,
Brown,
yeah,
yes.
and American Son. That was nominated. Character Study, the Casey Levy episode,
Which
which,
is
I'm sure you watched because it has a lot of
beautiful,
YouTube
gorgeous.
views.
Yeah.
That was nominated, and Gotta Dance was nominated, which Caitlin
Yes.
produces
Yeah.
every episode of Gotta. So Caitlin is Emmy nominated too.
Yeah, for 2. Yes. She is. Very
And also the special series we did on To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes,
Yes.
Citizens of Mockingbird.
Right.
That was incredible.
That
Yes.
also got, and To Kill a Mockingbird just did their big Madison Square Garden
Garden.
thing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's the news. And also Broadway Profiles got 3 nominations at the Tamsin
Tamsin
Fidel
Fidel.
Show, which is becoming a bigger thing later this year. Anyway, on April 18th, 2020, we'll find out if we
When?
didn't win. It's a very long ceremony because it's literally like, now let's talk about
Yeah.
weather, men in the Connecticut area, or like, it's
Sure,
very regional,
yes.
or like writing for
Yeah. There's gonna be
investigative
I'm gonna build
reporting.
A shelf back here for all the Emmys we win. That's one.
fun.
We're gonna get 8 of them.
Anyway.
Also on the site there are some great things. Photos of We're Gonna Die, their opening night. If you feel that way about the
So
coronavirus, yeah.
Yeah.
Photo and video of the Minutes presser. You can watch that as well. And a girl from the North Country performed on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, which is amazing.
You
So
know
can
where
check
else
that
Girl
out
from the
as
North Country is? Right here.
That's right, at the Black
Well,
Show
boy
Theater.
from
Yes.
Girl
boy
From.
from the
Boy
girl.
from
Boy
Girl
from
from
Girl
North
From.
Country. Yes, absolutely. Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan.
My pleasure. Caitlin, would you please introduce today's guest?
Gladly. Yes, guys, we got Colton Ryan here with us in the studio today. He's currently in Girl from the North Country that is currently playing on the Broadway. He previously was in the show when it played at Off-Broadway's Public Theater. You may have previously seen him on Broadway when he was in Dear Evan Hansen, understudying all 3 of those guy roles. But he also recently was in Alice by Heart. So he's been really busy. You guys can follow him on social media at Colton the Wizard to stay up to date on everything that he's doing. Please leave all of your questions down in the comments below. And please welcome Colton and Ryan. Yay!
Hello there, sir.
Hello.
As part of the endorsement deal we have going with you, I appreciate that very much.
I'm really glad to have my first endorsement deal.
With the Broadway.com mugs. Yeah. No, it's very appropriate. Hello there.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great. How are
It's
you?
so wonderful to see you. I'm fantastic. Thank you. You just left the stage.
Yeah, I just came. Paul and I walked hand in hand over here together,
They did. Yes, it was very
which never happens.
bonding
but
moment. No, it
was great.
But no, we very much appreciate you squeezing us in.
course.
You are very busy. You are in a very buzzy show on Broadway right now.
Is
You
it?
Oh,
Is it buzz?
very
You're the
buzzy.
news.
I mean, we
so
do the
tell
Broadway
me.
buzz. If anyone knows about
Oh my
buzz,
God.
yeah, you're top of the scale there.
Wow.
You're opening very soon, March 5th.
That's correct.
How are things over there? Are you ready to open up?
Yeah, I think we're antsy to open up.
I bet.
We, as you know, we did a run at the Public in 2018.
Yep.
And for all whatever success means, it was a very successful run, at least for us in-house. We felt very happy with it, and it extended twice and everything, and it kind of was the thing where, especially, I mean, not for me, but a lot of the cast members are heavy hitters. They're
Yeah.
I was telling everyone that I room with 3-time Tony nominee Mark Kudish,
Broadway legend.
Broadway, and it's iconic that we are somehow in the same room together. But yeah, with people like that, it kind of felt like a safe bet that it was like, all right, well, this thing's it's doing well here. Let's just go. And we all had such a tight knit family at that time.
Yeah.
That I think even now it's like we're only a week away, and we still feel that like a year ago felt we were ready. So it feels really special and almost like this weird sort of victory lap already. It's like we're here. We're so glad to be here. We're just buzzing.
Yeah, absolutely. You, as we mentioned, you just performed a couple of numbers on the Tonight Show.
Yes.
What was that experience like? You hadn't done the Tonight Show before.
I've
right?
never.
This
no.
was your late night.
It was my late night.
Debut.
I did one time win a daytime Emmy for my time on the Today Show.
Oh my gosh, a fellow Tony winner.
With a
That's right.
well, Tony,
that's
yeah,
right.
Emmy winner.
Emmy
Emmy,
winner.
Emmy,
Sorry.
Emmy.
Daytime asterisk. Just all these asterisks after asterisk after asterisk. Tony, Emmy, day. Yeah. Yeah. No. So it wasn't my first time in the NBC Universal universe.
Right.
But yeah, it was my first time doing anything late night. And it was really exciting.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, it
can
was
imagine.
like Jimmy Fallon was just walking down the hall. He'd be like, "Hey guys," and it was, and people would just be like, "Hey Jimmy," and he'd hug them, and it was like our people who
Yeah.
don't know him at
He's
all.
a
It's
big
like,
Broad-
"Hey
he's a big
Jimmy."
Broadway fan.
No,
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
super nice and shook everyone's hand, and it was very easy and very celebratory, I think, for everybody, because when you're in that kind of situation, it's not your crew, so you don't know how it's going to come out. And everyone watched it last night and came in today and was like, even though we're all tired, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. I think the essence of the show is really clear.
Absolutely.
I think it's super cool.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So it is a show that when you tell people about it, there's a little bit of explaining that you kind of have to do sometimes. So it's 1934. We're in Duluth, Minnesota. And Connor McPherson is your creator here. But they use the songs from Bob Dylan's songbook
Correct.
to populate the whole show. So tell it for people that are like, what? How does that sort of work?
Sure.
And what did you initially think when you discovered?
When I first read it, I was reading along kind of in the same way. I mean, I had no expectations, and I guess probably I would recommend to people not having any kind of expectation, because it just sort of, I mean, not that things can be sort of exceptional or I mean, everyone's done a lot of different kind of cool theater, but this one does feel kind of singular in Connor's, what he's doing and the tools he's operating with. Because I would say to you, like, yeah, it is like a Bob Dylan thing, but I have friends who come and they're just like, don't even mention the song, because they're like, it's such this dense, like, O'Neill-esque play.
Yeah, and the arrangements of the songs are very
bonkers.
different. Yeah,
But
right.
they're
amazing.
Yeah, and they're all, thank you, and they're all of the time. I say thank you like I wrote them. Thank you. Thank you for Bob Dylan and Simon Hale. I'll accept this on their behalf. No, but like with the songs, they're all arranged in sort of the stylistically the period. They have a sort of the band is only 4 pieces. Well, 5 with our in-house drummer who's or in-cast drummer, because it switches off between 2 people in the cast. But it's just like, an upright bass, a guitar, a violin, and a piano. And it just all has this sort of, it takes all of Dylan's songs, no matter what period, whether it was, new wave synth, or it was folk protest, or it was 90s sort of like troubadour or cabaret kind of smoky, I'm just now saying words, that kind of thing. Yeah, just,
terms.
he he went the gambit with all of the styles he could use. And this all is sort of grounded in its 30s period, the way it's all been arranged, but then it's once again grounded within the play, because a lot of the songs sort of come out of nothing.
Right.
They're like the play is operating, and then all of a sudden, someone else from the cast will come on stage, someone who isn't even a part of that exchange or experience, and the song just sort of takes us into this other sort of, I mean, I think a spiritual kind of, or at least universal place where it asks, big questions like Bob Dylan did, and I think you're using the play as a sort of, you're reflecting on the things you've just seen, going, oh, that's right. Oh, that and the two kind of live separate, and they're completely together, and that's what's so unique about the show.
Absolutely, absolutely. You play a young man named Gene. What should we know about Gene going into the? Yeah, tell us a little bit.
Okay,
about
what you should know is that Gene is the lead, and that Gene is the girl from the North Country, and a lot of people's
but also based
interpretations.
on Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I think visually they already get that. I think that's very apparent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you see the weird haircut they gave. No. What was the question again?
Tell us a little bit about this man Gene.
Sure,
that you play.
This man
real
boy
version of
Sure. Gene is his relation to the house, the setting where we are, is that he is the son of the owner of the house, Nick Lane, and his wife Elizabeth Lane. He's their child, and their biological child, and he has a sister who is adopted, and her name's Marianne, and he is a young aspiring writer who's having a little trouble right now with some vices like drinking, and fighting and whatnot, and like a lot of the characters, but I feel like it's interesting with Gene is because it's generational. A lot of the people in the show are a lot older, but like a lot of them, he's just searching for feeling. I mean, really, he's like, he might be looking in all the wrong places, or honestly could be, as it happens on the stage, he's feeling quite a lot, but like a lot of young people, he doesn't realize he's having any at all.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And he's supplementing that with other things, especially because it's just the time is so hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's depression time.
It's like,
absolutely.
It has a name.
It's
that bad,
right now. Yeah. You have a lovely ensemble, the people that you're mentioning that you work with. You've all been together. A lot of you did it at the public together. Now you're here. What's the dynamic with all of you? Are you a big happy family all back there? You're roommates.
All right, here's the
with
tea.
Mark
No,
Kunis?
I'm just kidding. No, everyone is like,
you said you're working with some amazing people,
yes,
some legends.
Like Mark, like Mayor Winningham,
absolutely.
J.O. Sanders, our dad. I mean, I don't want to keep saying names because I'll forget someone. No, I mean, we sort of have this because we did it, and we were in the trenches before making it. We have a very familial vibe. I mean, it is. We all razz each other. It's always positive. It's always sort of like. I think once again it's a little unique because the tone of the show is so specific that we all just already have a vocab with each other. That's like
certainly
a lot of times, we're bonding over the fact that that a lot of us do musicals very regularly, or we enjoy doing them, and this is sort of an anti-musical, even in its approach. Like even our director's like, you guys, if you go out there, like, come, you know what I mean? Like, come, like, I don't know if you're allowed to curse on here, but like,
it's the internet.
But like, it's like he has like such a Bob Dylan like rock and roll approach, being like, shove it down their throats, shove it, like, and we're like, yes, and we're so used to being like. Like you're presenting at the end of the song, and he's like, "Look down, don't tell him, don't show him anything," and you're like, "Oh, that's," and then you do it, and we all did that together at the same time, and we felt it collectively work, which is so just not.
It's a different experience.
It is, and it's not, it's not new. It's not like it's things people have thought of before, but it's so fresh because. I feel like there's so much in what Connor's trying to do that is so reverential to the theater, but also still is irreverent in its way of just going with what feels right and feels good,
of course. Versus
doing a play that what we should be doing here, what song we should be doing here. It's all from a place of like, this just feels good, man. It feels right.
That seems very freeing for
all
of you. Another thing I want to ask you about, something Little Voice. is a show that's coming up on Apple TV from Jesse Nelson and Sarah Bareilles. What can you tell us?
Where's my publicist? Oh, I don't
about-
have one. Oh God. Oh God, what do I do?
You don't. I don't want you to get in trouble with Tim Cook or anything. But what can you tell us about that? I mean, that's very exciting. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
Go to the website. It just says coming soon.
Yeah, actually, I had an exciting email today about how soon it might be.
Fantastic.
But I can't say.
No, of course.
Actually, this is a kind of the same topic, but a little off topic. It's funny you even ask because I was wondering if you would ask because when I first posted about it or whatever and said oh my God, I'm doing my first television series, and it said Sarah's name in it, people were like, "Are you going to be on her album? Like what? Like I was like, just read. It's in the title. It says television, and they're like, "Are you doing backup singing? Like what is that?" And I was I still have people. Actually, that's more about me and my inadequacy probably at social media because I still have people coming to me now. My closest friends are like, "You're in a show on Broadway?" And I'm like, "Yes, my dreams are coming true. What? How do you not know that?" But it's actually it's like reflection of me and being they're like, "Well, you don't say anything." So what was your question?
Well, no, it's about 20-somethings pursuing their creative dreams.
Yes.
In New York City. Is your character named Simon? Right? Is that?
Wait, what is my character? It's not Simon.
It's not Simon.
It's Sam.
Sam. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, do you sing in it? I mean,
Yes.
that's all people really. You sing in it.
I do.
Right? Yeah,
I do.
oh, fantastic.
Actually, and it's crazy. In it, singing is not my first talent. I'm her guitarist. I play
Okay.
guitar.
All right.
Which is
Scoop.
funny
Deep
because
scoop here.
that's the scoop
That's
right
the
there.
scoop.
No, but when I got it, I didn't play guitar, so that was fun because I really practiced hard for
Guitar boot camp.
yeah. And even when I didn't know I got in the show, there was a 6-month period of waiting but I had faith and I just kept practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we started shooting 8 months later, I came in on the first day a little nervous and sweaty, being all right, I know this song, I can sing, but today's the day we play. And I was like, all right, so when should I plug in or do you guys want to practice? And they were like, this is television. You'll never play that. You'll never even touch it.
Move your finger.
Yeah, they're like, we'll do one for fun. It was that kind of, which actually was really freeing because
I bet.
because learning the guitar has been the most cathartic thing I've ever done. But it was
Right.
so nice to be oh, okay, I don't have to stress about it here. So
We're very excited to see it.
I
It's gonna
am
be a
too.
big deal.
I think
Yeah,
it's
you'll have
gonna
to
be-
keep us. And before we open up questions, I know you are going to be performing at 54 Below, Feinstein's 54 Below.
Am I?
Soon, March 23rd, I believe.
Sure.
You are, right? No?
Sure.
Yes, I think so.
Is it Maggie Rogers? Though?
Maggie Rogers?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, yeah. And then I believe
She's my
just to
witchy
keep
queen,
you
yeah.
posted, you'll be going back for the senior class from your alma mater.
You
Whoa.
have your
Yes,
fingers on the
So,
pulse.
and that's April 19th. March
My-
23rd and April 19th. He's going to be at
I will be there.
54 Below,
by
if you remember.
by some way somehow I will be there.
Fantastic.
It's in print now.
You're welcome, Caitlin.
Yes.
What would our viewers like to know from Colton?
Yeah, so Sasha wants to know what's been different about this time doing Girl from the North Country, because you kind of had a good time off between doing it at the public before coming to Broadway. So did your intentions change, or how you approach your character change from public to now on Broadway?
Sure. Hi, Sasha. I've gotten much worse since then, so that's been a big uphill battle. No, it's been funny because us leaving it has been actually a nice reflection period. Just because I think everybody when we left it then was like, oh, I know the song we should add here for me. I know, everyone had that, I know what line I should say right there. So it was good to walk away and really and come back. I remember we first read it with everybody. I'm just weeping because I'm remembering how special it already is and how how little I needed to attempt to add to its, stew. Because it's the things we'd already built were so nice, but also remembering that the bare bones were so good. That was a nice thing for this time, was remembering how special the play is itself and just trusting in it. So
Yeah. What happened on your press day? You had.
oh my
quite a
God, I knew that was gonna
mustache.
come up.
What happened? It looked great.
All right,
It was
all right.
full.
We
All
do have
right.
a lot of
It was
questions about the
well-shaped.
mustache. I'm
Are
not
there
gonna
really?
lie.
Are they flooding in?
I mean, on your
Let me
Comments
address
are
this
flooding
here.
in.
Let me address this
Flooding
here. Let me address this here. I talk here to the camera?
Sure,
So
perfect,
when I had the mustache, that actually was the real answer that I built in for the character. I was like, I know what I need in this year off. I was like, I need a mustache, and I couldn't grow one at the time, so I just kept like pushing, and then I got it. And right when I got it, I remember actually, you know, it's funny. I showed it to Connor the first day, and I had this whole explanation of like, I was like, it's because he's trying to be, you know, this is the most adult version of him. He's a boy. He's trying to be a man. And the first day I walked in, he goes, I love it. Oh my, it's like you're trying to be a man. And I was like, yes. And I thought I had this huge fight over it. And he just hugs me immediately. And it was like Job in Arrested Development. Like he was holding me and I was like, I've made a huge mistake. Like I was imagining like the whole year later, like the summer and the sweat. I never had one. It started to smell. I mean, it was gross. But it was the first day of tech, and under the lights, I knew he was just being nice that whole time. And then finally under the lights, he goes, under the lights, yeah, I just don't know. Oh. And he was really sweet and was like, it's actually your decision. And I was like, it's not really. Like, you're my boss. But he was like, no, really, it's yours. And I was like, it's not, but I'll go shave it right now. So I did, and I came in the next day. But I made a bunch of memes about it if anyone wants those.
R.I.P.
They're all over the board.
Oh, good.
R.I.P. Yeah, it's only folk. It's like Broadway folklore now.
Yeah, exactly. I think we can squeeze
Yeah,
one
we
quick
can do.
question.
Let's do one last question. And Brian says, Colton, what is it like to know that over the past few years you've been able to sing songs from such diverse geniuses like Pasek and Paul, Duncan Sheik, and Bob Dylan?
Yeah, it's been a very fast, quick run for
Yeah.
you. Like you hit the ground running.
Yeah, and Sarah B. I mean,
And
like
Sarah B. Yeah.
Wow, I'm getting emotional. What's it felt like? I mean, I grateful. I mean, like I don't really get it, but I know that each time I just like feel so emotionally overwhelmed by. I mean, like with Pasek and Paul, that was like my debut, so it was, and I grew up listening to those guys doing like, I did Dogfight in college. I was like dying over their stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course Duncan was like, you know,
You're a Spring Awakening.
my
gener-
God,
Yeah,
of course, yeah. I was
absolutely,
like, I was like in the car with like I was like in middle school when it came out, so it was like my friends' older sisters would be like playing it in their cars, like crying, and we were in the
Screaming
back
it,
being
yeah, just-
like all my guy friends were like, "What is this?" And I'd be in the back. I was like, "Yeah, what is this?" So, like getting to meet him and Steven and working with them was like, I don't know. I don't know what the like. There's obviously no tether between all three or four. They're so
talent.
vast. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Or at least to me, iconicism. Like they're just all sort of like their own unique individual artists who have a huge stamp on their style and what they have to say.
Certainly.
And so, yeah, I guess now I got to meet all of them. I didn't get to meet Bob. That's the only one I'm still waiting on.
He saw the show though,
He did.
and so he's at least
He's felt.
he's felt
At some point, if I met him, he'd be like, yeah, I know you.
and a
Like-
mustache the last time.
He's like, no, I saw you, and it felt like you needed a mustache. That's what he's gonna say. I saw it, and I was like, that guy's he's okay, but that mustache would really
Mustache.
ground everything he's doing.
Well, even without the mustache, still a fantastic show, and you should still go see Girl from the North Country. Officially opens.
Should I should just announce it, by the way, while I'm here. I'm gonna be Lydia Dietz this summer.
Oh, thank you. All
In
right,
June.
now we don't have to worry about keep it up. All right, great. Thank you.
I should have started with that,
No,
but
okay. Breaking news.
it was actually really exciting. I sang Dead Mom on the stage of the Winter Garden, just like the old days. It was really exciting.
So you have that to look forward to.
That's
in
really,
June.
yeah. I'm leaving my show. I'm going to that one.
Yeah, so, but until then, be sure to head over to the Blasco Theater. Opens on March 5th. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful having you. Please come back and see us anytime
course,
you'd like.
anytime.
Especially when you're playing Lydia. We'd love to have a
Of
conversation.
course, we should talk.
Yeah,
We need press.
We'll
We
have
should
to
do it.
talking
Yeah.
about that. Thanks so much. Caitlin, would you please take us out?
Gladly. Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single weekday here on Facebook, and you can listen to us where we get your podcast by searching for #live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Andrew Burnap of The Inheritance.